This is Brian, Atlanta Hot Tub Center, Tub Talk 101, and today we're going to review the new features for the 880 series. I'll tell you what, I'm very, very, very excited about it. I think they came out with some really good features. They completely revamped the series for 2024 and have to me, blown it out of the water. I think it's great what they've done. They've taken customer feedback and they've gone to the drawing board and came up with a lot of really good solutions. But I want to be clear here, right? This isn't an 880 series review. We have plenty of videos on the channel reviewing the 880 series, reviewing Sundance hot tubs. So if you want to review, I would go and watch one of those videos, because this one's just going to be strictly on the differences between the 2023 880 series for Sundance and the 2024 880 series for Sundance. So we're going to stick to all the key differences, all the upgrades and updates that they've done. So before we do, guys, if you like this video, please like and subscribe, because that helps us get the word out to more people and hopefully find them the perfect hot tub for them and their family. So guys, here we go. Differences between the 2023 and the 2024 880 and the updates that have come out. So let's start with the skirting. Now, I've taken off some of the skirting here already for the video. I'll pop this corner off to give you an idea. The old 880 series, you'd pull it off from the bottom. This 880 series, you pull it off from the top and you pull it out. So I think the point is that you don't have to get down on your knees to pull it out, right? And now you can pull it out from the top and just slide it out. Another thing you'll notice is all of that is plastic. They've moved to plastic and galvanized steel. We're going to get into that in a few moments, but let's take a look at a few other things first, and then we'll go down the framing and structure deal. So they came out with a kind of a herringbone cabinet, so it is a little bit different, and I do like it. I think it looks very, very craftsman style to have that nice herringbone effect. They still have 3 different colors, obviously, that you can choose from, but they totally revamped the cabinet, and I do like it. I think it looks quite a bit more modern and really just gives it that craftsman look. So let's get behind the door here. All right, so first things first, you'll see that this is a galvanized steel frame now. They've gone away from wood and they've gone to galvanized steel. Now, what I like about this is it'll never rot. The frame will outlast the hot tub, but something I kind of want to discuss. There are videos that I've launched before when I talk about a steel frame being on a more inexpensive type of unit, something like a non-self-supporting shell hot tub. Putting a steel frame on that and then selling the tub for $4,000 or $5,000 never really made a lot of sense to me, because really those tubs only last 7 or 8 years, and if you're spending $4 or $5 grand and a third of that cost is kind of going into the frame, and the tub's only going to last 7 or 8 years, I didn't really see the point, right? Why put a steel frame on it? But when we're talking about a tub that's going to last 25, 30 years, I do like to see this, because again, you want a structure that's going to be 25, 30 years from now. You want to be in really good shape. You don't want it rotting or growing mold. Some of this wood can get a little bit wet and then it kind of gets moldy and stuff like that. And so really, this frame is going to outlast the hot tub even 25, 30 years down the road. So again, on a hot tub that's designed to last 25, 30 years, I think this galvanized steel frame is great, and I really like to see this. I mean, it just goes to the overall integrity and strength of the hot tub and making sure that it's lasting a long time. And that's what you want to see when you're spending this kind of money, right? You want to see that the manufacturer is also looking out for the amount of time that they're saying it's going to last for. So if somebody says it's going to last 30 years, you want to see that the manufacturer is taking the proper steps, right, to make it last 25, 30 years. And I think that's a lot of what they're doing with this, all right? So I do like this a lot. They've also shored up the base. They've made this plastic base down here at the bottom. They've made it thicker and stronger, right? And again, just goes to the overall integrity of the unit for that 25 or 30 years that we're expecting to get out of it. Another thing they've done here, and this is just my incoming power, right? This is my incoming power in my showroom, what you're seeing here. But they have went to the drawing board on this Balboa system, and their old Balboa circuit boards, the 2023s, 22s, 21s, 20s, 19s, they were a much larger circuit board, right? Because they needed that large circuit board to get the technology that they were running. But what they've come up with is they figured out a way basically to shrink that circuit board down significantly, almost like 2 times as small, right? With the same technology and everything, right? And again, they're able to achieve that. Now, what do we get from that, right? Well, for one, when you replace it, it's going to be significantly cheaper, but it's just more efficient, right? It's more efficient. You know, I like to compare a lot of things to TVs when customers say, wow, you know, it's gotten much smaller. Is that bad? No, I mean, look at TVs, right? I mean, if you look at the evolution of the television, I mean, they were huge and they just kept getting smaller and more efficient, more efficient, more efficient, drawing less amperage, drawing less power, less voltage, more and more inexpensive. It's the same thing here. Sundance realizes that's what they need to do, right? To stay up with the Joneses, really, right? So that's what they've done here, and I do like that they've spent some time to do that. Now, another thing that they have done here is this top side display. So this is kind of like an iPhone now, right? It's a glass display. And what I like about it is, one, it looks a lot better. Let's start there. 2, it's more durable. And all in all, it's a better look. So they've changed this. And it's a full glass display just like your phone, and you go in here, jets on, jets off, you know, all that stuff, music if you have it, you know, you can invert the panel, all that good stuff. So it has the same basic functions and features, you know, as the 2023 or 22, 21, 880 series. But again, there's a few reasons why I like it, and I do like to see the technology continue to grow over the years. I think that that's very important. Right behind that panel, you have this stainless steel bar. And if you know from your current 880, you have a bar here and a bar here, or you have one very small bar. They took the two bars here and they just made it one big bar. And the reason is because now you can grab it and you're not hitting the side of the shell. It just makes it easier, ease of use. And if you're left-handed or right-handed or whatever it is, you can grab this from almost anywhere now, and it can help you get in and out. So I do like that. And there were some customer complaints on those handles as far as being a little bit tight. So I do like to see that. They changed the Sundance. So over the years, customers have said, wow, that aromatherapy system on that 880 series is a great idea, but I'm just not getting a strong enough smell. I'm not getting enough aroma out of it. So they redesigned it, and they came out with some new cartridges, and they also, the new cartridges retrofit. So you could take your 2020 Sundance, your 2018, your 2015 Sundance, as long as you have that Sundance system, and you could put the new cartridges in it, and gosh, they definitely bring on and let out a lot more aroma when you turn the blower on to use it. They've just come up with a better way to do it. And so if you're watching this video and you do have one that's 3 or 4 years old, you could use that new Sundance cartridge and you would get a lot more aroma out of it. And continuing on with the actual hot tub itself, they've redesigned these pillows. They've had, I wouldn't say complaints, but they've had some customer concerns where they say, hey, look, I wish that pillow would fit my neck a little bit better. So they went to the drawing board, they came out with a bigger pillow, they angled it a little bit more, and they inset it a little bit more in the shell surface so that it'll kind of give you a little bit more of that neck support. And they also came out with a new jet. So they have a jet that, some seats that Sundance is kind of famous for, right? Sundance is famous for their jetting. Most people know that if you've shopped for hot tubs before. Everybody's kind of got something that they're known for. One of the biggest things Sundance is known for is the jetting. They took that reflex jet, which is this smaller jet, in your hot tub, right? So if you have this jet, if you have an 880, you have this jet. But what they did is they took that jet, and instead of it being like a 3-inch jet, they made it a big 5-inch jet, right? And so basically, instead of it going, in a smaller, like this, back and forth over the muscle, really needing it, now it's going all the way across, right? So it's pretty cool. They came out with that in 2024. They added a new Fluid X Jet into the collection, and everybody loves it. And I'll tell you what, I do too. I do not have a 2024 Sundance, but I want a 2024 Sundance. And that's one of the biggest reasons. I just think that jet is absolutely phenomenal. So another thing that they did is they changed the filter compartment here. And they redesigned it. They went to the drawing board. They got with the engineering, and they wanted better filtration. They wanted a better skimmer. They wanted it to work better, more efficient. And as you can even see right here, I mean, look at that water skimming off the top. I mean, it's just really skimming the water, really filtering it, and they've even shrunk it some, right? Because people are like, hey, filter is just a little too big. So went to the drawing board, shrunk it down, got a little bit more space in the hot tub, filtering better, more efficient. So I do like to see that as well. Now, one more thing that I want to mention here is some additional lighting. So people were to say, hey, I wish we had some lights that were integrated kind of on the steps, on the inside of the hot tub, the steps getting in and out, so I could really see. So they put a bar light over each step, right? And as you change those colors in the tub, you change the colors in those bar lights too. So it's just pretty cool. They added some light features, and if you ever gone shopping for a Sundance, you'll kind of notice that Sundance kind of does everything for a reason. If there's no reason, they're not just going to stick a light there. There's got to be a reason. So stepping in, stepping out, lighting underneath the diverter valves and air controls so you can see them at night, right? A light behind the handle to get in and out so you're able to see that. So they kind of do things off of functionality. So I do like to see that they're continuing to put those lights in places where they're quite frankly needed. They still have this filter lid concierge. It's got 3 cup holders and a nice ice tray in it, so that really hasn't changed much. They've made it a little deeper, that kind of thing. They've made the cup holders a little bit more deeper as well, so the cup kind of sits in there a little bit better. And back to the lighting. One thing I missed on the lighting, I talked about that, but they added this light, which is really, really cool. I want to show it to you here. Let's see here, lights, exterior, and check this out. So all around the entire hot tub, and if you want to get down here, you can really see it. This goes around the entire spa. I mean, it literally lights up everything around the hot tub like 3 or 4 feet, and it's just great, especially at night. Being able to go out there, turn this thing on, you can really see where you're walking around the hot tub. And right now you're probably like, well, yeah, but I got some lights outside. I get that, but it's nice to have lights where you're walking. And remember, you will be walking down the side of your hot tub a little bit. You got to take your cover off and on. So the act of taking a cover off and on does require you walking down the side of the hot tub, and it's nice to see what you're walking on, especially because you're probably going to be barefoot. You're getting into the hot tub, right? So that's something to mention. So another cool feature that they've come out with this year is they've realized that Smart Tub in general, that it runs off a cell network, which is great, much better than Wi-Fi. But if somebody's out in the mountains, right, and they don't have a good cell signal, right, then they can't have Smart Tub, right? So how do you fix that? Well, so they redesigned the Smart Tub so that the Smart Tub not only works on cell network, but does work on Wi-Fi. So for those who cannot use Smart Tub on cellular network, with the new Smart Tub, they can now tune in with their Wi-Fi, right? So that way everybody can have Smart Tub, right? So I do like that. I just think it goes to the overall customer experience. Nobody wants to come into a store, get excited about some type of technology, and then get home and not be able to use it. So now I want to get into one thing. There has been one downgrade, I would say, from, and I don't really know if it's a downgrade because I don't think a lot of people really used it, quite frankly, but there are some people that do, and I do understand. They took away the big 1.5-inch drain that was inside of the motor compartment, okay? They took that out due to the redesign of the hot tub and where everything was going to be situated, and so it just didn't fit the new mold and how they were doing things. There's still a drain, 3/4 inch drain on the front right corner of the hot tub that clips onto the side that you can pull off and hook to your garden hose and drain it. But the big 1.5-inch drain is gone. But if we start talking about trading, I don't know how much you're really losing in comparison to what it is that you're gaining. All right. So, and last but not least, guys, I want to touch on the new entertainment system. Okay. The new entertainment system by Sundance is patented. And I'll tell you, one of the things that they did is they put a phone charger here. So when you're walking out to your hot tub, you can drop your phone in the phone charger. Listen, I know we talk about the hot tub and disconnecting, but everybody always has their phone with them everywhere they go. I hate to say that. So at the end of the day, you come out to the tub, you drop your phone here, and at least it's charging while you're using the hot tub. And, God forbid there was some type of emergency or something like that, at least you'd be able to grab it there. With the entertainment package came a new speaker system, okay, for the 880 series. And the two speakers are about 3 to 4 times the size. They put off 3 to 4 times more louder, more crisp, better music, right, coming from the tub. And the idea was, how do we make it to where all the jets are on, everything's running, and the consumer or the customer can still hear the music, right? Because that's a complaint. Well, they went to the drawing board. They basically came out with a couple of very high-end speakers. They're full surround sound, and I will tell you what, just those 2 speakers is enough. You can hear it over the jets, over everything. I mean, it is an absolute great system. They still have the subwoofer. They still have the amplifier. They just did a huge upgrade to the amp and the speakers. And, of course, they came out with this little dock for your phone. This is Brian at Atlanta Hot Tub Center and the upgrades to the 880 series. Thank you.